Welcome to another PC Sports Cards PSA submission reveal. This is Josh with PC Sports Cards. This is my last reveal of the week. Going forward this week, Zach's going to do a couple. I'm going on vacation. So, if you guys haven't watched our channel before, we do reveals every day. We do some PSA reveals, outgoing reveals, consignment cards that are gone up. Do a lot of how-to videos to help with basic questions in the hobby. If you want to see all the videos that we put out, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell so you can get alerts. What we try to do with our videos is we try to make them as interactive as possible. So we want you to comment on them. We're going to respond to every comment basically. So let us know what you're thinking. Agree, disagree, have a question. We're here to help. I also added our website to the bottom over there, pcsportscards.com. So if you're looking to submit or looking to do anything, submit for consignment or grading, check it out. Very cool site. We may actually put a how-to video up on how to use the website at some point. So one thing I want to say about this submission, we got 95% or better PSA 9s. That's important because a lot of people out there are paying somebody to review their cards, and you don't have to. This is what we keep on saying, 90+% PSA 9s or better. No reason to pay somebody if they're just going to tell you you're going to get a 9. You're throwing money out. That money adds up fast. Buy more cards with it so you could submit more cards. So our first topic is a card that there's a lot of them submitted, a lot of them back already. So let's show this one. Is the risk worth the reward on a card like this? What I mean by that is 2020 or before, a short print parallel, sure, but there are a lot of them out there. There's over 1,000 graded. We're looking at about 55% PSA 10s, 52% PSA 10s, give or take, $25. And if it's a PSA 10, you're getting 105 minus fees, get about $95 out of it. If it's a PSA 9, you're just burning the money. So if you're going to submit this card, and if you're confident that it's going to be a 10, you're not looking at a lot of downside on that $105. You're certainly not looking at a lot of downside on the $90, on the $30. I would say that we should start sending this card in at the $30 level, not the $50 level. Obviously, that level was not available during this reveal. It just came out, but that's a perfect example of a card that when you're confident in it, you still want to send that at the less expensive level. We're not seeing major changes in that value positively. We'll still make money, but I don't see that card going up to 125, 130 bucks anytime soon. So that's one of those ones that you want to spend as little money getting it graded as possible with the upside. Good chance you can get a 10 if you know what you're looking for. So like we were saying, we're going to see a lot of 9s and 10s today. We have a couple cards that are older. Very cool, Devin Vassell. A couple cards that are older that obviously got lower grades. But the big conversation that we're going to talk about cards you should be sending in, what to look for in grading, all that stuff that we always talk about. Really good 10s here, you know. And what's worth sending in now that we have another option available, what's worth sending in faster, or what's worth taking the time and, you know, maybe you're looking to get cards back September, October, November, and that $30 level is the right level for you. Somebody made a comment in one of our last videos, like, not everybody is doing this to flip. I get that. I 100% get that. If you look back at our old videos, we talk about that a lot. We talk about the fact that not everybody is doing it. There's really 3 reasons that people get cards graded or are in this hobby, right? People are speculating, which is what a lot of this stuff is. Very cool. Killian Hayes 101. I like Killian Hayes. People are speculating, right? Whether it's short-term or long-term, people are speculating on players, on cards, etc. People are collecting, most important part of the hobby. If there's not collectors, speculating doesn't matter, right? The other two don't matter because the other one's investing. Longer-term investing in guys that we think are more secure in their history, right? We're talking about like 1990 stuff, or even like Trout, Giannis, guys that have made their name and it's stuck, right? We're not talking even with guys like Ja, Luka, Zion. That's all speculation, right? So a lot of our conversations here will revolve around speculating and investing, and not really collecting. Because like the one thing that you'll hear me say over and over and over again is when you're collecting, you should spend as little money as you possibly can when you're doing something like grading. Like there's literally no reason to spend extra money except for declared value, right? Declared value forces you to do it. You have to do it. But when you're collecting, you might as well wait, right? If you think there's going to be a cheaper level, just wait for it. If it's a true collection card, right? When you're speculating, that's when these strategies really help. When you're investing, not even as much, right? Investing and collecting, I think, are on the same kind of wavelength when it comes to time frame. Because if you're investing, you're buying it at a certain number. An investment isn't something that's going to happen in 6 months, right? We're not looking at a 6-month investment. That's a speculation play. That's not an investment. Just to clarify that for everybody, you're not investing. By the way, all of these Topps Chrome cards, these Topps Chrome Formula One cards, the Sapphires and these base, one customer sent them in. They're all going great into consignment. Every single one of these, and he made a great choice. He knows to look for the peeling that's on the bottom of these. We don't have it on this one. Look at these values: $40 for raw. Even sending in a $50, a 9 is $120. So a 9 is getting you money. A 10, you're absolutely killing it. You're tripling your money when you get a 10 here, and it's a 75%, 80% PSA 10, and it's like very hard to get under that because 7s and 8s that are in that pop report that you see on the bottom left right here, those 7s and 8s, there's peeling. You get rid of that peeling, and you know what you're looking for. And you get your 9s and your 10s and you make money. Now, people are going to start sending this in. People are going to see this. We're going to see this pop report grow. Do you want to beat this pop report? Do you want to beat it? Because somebody's going to say, hey, I don't want to spend 50. I'll spend 30. But that 255, I mean, guys, we're selling all of these. I think there's 9 or 10 Leclercs here. They're all going up. We're going to spread them out. But there's no question about it. Over the next couple of months, he's not the only one that sees this. We see a lot of F1 cards coming in. So do you want to beat that rush? Do you want to beat that rush? Or do you want to say, I'm not going to take the risk, right? But we'll talk about this later on. The short-term savings, you're being penny rich and dollar poor at that point. The short-term savings are not worth the difference. Now, flip it over instead of the speculation and the flipping game. If you're not playing that game with these cards, if you're not playing that and you think that this is a good long-term investment, or heck, you don't care if it's a good long-term investment, that doesn't matter at all to you. You just want to collect 2020 Topps Chrome Formula One cards, PSA 10 of all the racers that you like, there's no reason to send it for $50. Send it for $30. Or even consider holding out because there might be a cheaper level at some point. And if there's not, that doesn't matter either because there's still going to be the $30 level. So at some point, you'll be able to get it in at the level you want, and you'll be able to spend as little money as possible. If you're trying to put together 30 cards from there and you're going to wait and save $300, it's worth it. It's worth it. Very cool, Burrow. I think this is going to consignment also. So that's a key part of it. When it comes to collecting, it's a total different attack on it than it is when you're talking about speculating. And the short-term market, that speculation market, is really what got grading out of control, right? A lot of Prism select PSA 10s here, die cut light blue, retail Prism, I think. Yep, here's our every economy order. Every single one has some sort of retail die cut quarterbacks in it. Every single one. It's amazing. But it's a different, you're looking at it in a different way. So here we go. We have a 2020 Sapphire Verstappen PSA 8. Let's see if it's there. Let's see if we, it's not on the bottom this time. It's on the top. Let me see if I can get it. Yep, you can see it right here. Right there. You see that peeling? So that's what you got to look for. If you're grading these cards, this next one, Lando Norris, there's not going to be that peeling at the top or the bottom. Got a 10 on this one. Got an 8 on the Verstappen, right? And it's simply the peeling. Let's see if there's a little bit of it on this card. No, nothing here, right? All right, so here's our next topic, and this is a big one. Guys, this is a really, really big one. I think that goes right here. Sell now and don't look back. When you're looking at these short print parallels that you're the first 100 to get them graded, there is absolute money in these. Absolute money. You got a $25 raw card, selling for $235 as a PSA 10. Might get $215, might get $200. Who cares? You're into it for $75 with grading. PSA 9, not so great, but 38 PSA 10s and 13 PSA 9s out of 53 graded, right? Easy grade. If you know what you're looking for, probably sharp corners, no obvious flaws with Mosaic. I put Herbert up there to prove a point. 2021 Mosaic, I'm going to basically guarantee that there were more cards produced. more parallels produced. We're not seeing the super cheap grading yet, so people are being a little stingy with what they're sending in. It makes sense. I get it. I'm the same way. We just bought a collection. I'm not sending everything in because I don't think the money's there in a lot of them, and I'm not 100% sure I'm getting 10s on them. But there's 1,500, nearly 1,500 Herberts graded. If you want another one of these in a PSA 10, wait down the road and buy another one. Wait down the road and get some raw ones and grade them. Right? There's going to be other opportunities for you to get that card if you want it in your collection. Take advantage of being ahead of the game. Take advantage of it and get onto the next card. Hell, sell your raw. This is what I used to do. I used to do this with Carlos Correa short prints. I used to buy them for $20 raw, grade them with BGS, get 9 5s on them, sell them for 80, get 10, sell them for 150. Tops short print, tops and tops chrome short print, Carlos Correa rookies. I'd only grade them for $5 or $10, and I'd be getting $75. I just kept on rinsing and repeating, doing it over and over and over and over again. You could do that, of course. More risk right now. More risk right now. There's no doubt about it. But the market still exists. It's still there for you to do if you know how to evaluate cards for grading. Just because it's $30 doesn't mean you can't do it. If you're getting that product, you're the first one to get that product. You're the first few to get it in. You know, when there's a cheaper one available, people are going to go for that one. People aren't going to look at the big picture. Be the one that looks at the big picture. Be the one that looks at the overall market and the long term. Again, I'm going to clarify it over and over again because I wasn't really happy that somebody said I know people. I collect cards, guys. This is what I do for a living. And I can tell you to send every single card in at every level. And I'm sure some people would just listen to me because that's what happens sometimes, right? But that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to help you use your money wisely so you can, A, grow your collection, and B, grow your wallet. Do both. There's no reason you can't do both. So I'm trying to give what I've learned over 10 years of doing this myself. You had me and Zach together. It's 20 plus years of experience doing this. We were some of the first people grading and flipping cards like that. We're happy to give you our insight. So Bobby Witt, the megas from 2020, 2019, it's time to make that decision to either send it at 30 or don't grade it at all. You could look for an alternate grading company that might not have as big of a pop. That could be an option. Haven't looked at that for this one. But a 9 and a raw are the same price, so you're burning $50 if you lose, 50 plus bucks if you lose. You don't have a huge shot at it, and there's not really upside, right? There's not huge upside. There's already 3,000 of these cards graded. When we keep on running through the old orders from February, March of 2020 and getting those back, there's a ton of them in there. It's going to be 4,000 or 5,000 graded before you know it. That 170 is going to drop to 130. That 130 minus fees is going to get you to 115. 115, 60 plus 50 is 110. So this is a cool card. That's a really cool card. So you're going to do all that work to break even. Don't grade it. Don't grade it. If you're looking to collect it, buy a gem. Buy one that's graded. Wait till they come down in price. Buy one that's graded. There's no reason to take the risk. If you're looking to invest in it long term, I'd look for color. I wouldn't look for the base. Very cool color trash Genesis. I love the Genesis ones. Right? So, J.K. Dobbins, black gold choice, number 8, right? Yep. So, that's my strategy with stuff like that. When you start seeing it getting 2,000-3,000 in the pop, no more grading of it. Rainbow foil, very cool, very tough grade. Very, very tough grade there. Robert Williams silver. I mean, hyper prism. Good time to get this back, right? But down to 9. Not one that I'd be grading. Maybe $30. Now maybe $30. Got Riley Green second. Oh, Bowman Chrome Sapphire edition. It's cool. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to help understand when you should send it in for the speculation. If you're investing, the cheapest way possible, right? Because when you're investing, you're looking at long-term value. You're not looking at a short-term picture. Like the cards that I've invested in personally are David Robinson, Grant Hill, Magic Johnson, patch autos. That's my collection and my investment portfolio when he looks at it. And Duncan, I've gotten some low number rookies. I'm not looking for common stuff. I'm looking for rarities, right? I want rarities. I want game-used patch autos, not player-worn patch autos. I want very specific things. If I'm looking at low-numbered cards, like RPAs are my speculation investments, right? Use both words, but it's more of a speculation play, but most people in this hobby will call it an investment. See how many of these are? 2019 draft. I'm selling all of these. I'm taking my money and I'm running with all of these. I'm not holding any of these. There's no reason to. Again, if you're collecting, I think you have an opportunity to sell and buy back later on, or buy PSA 10s. You don't need to grade. You don't need to be the one getting it graded. When you see markets like that one that we were just talking about with Bobby Witt, if that's a card you want in your collection, just wait till the price hits the number you want. There's no reason to stretch. It's going to come down. More and more going to come out. There's already 3,000 graded. You just have to be patient enough to wait. All right. Vargas and Bobby Miller. So Vargas was an interesting one to me. So are you flipping or are you speculating? What we've been talking about, right? So Vargas, $75 base, $110 9, $195 is a 10. If you do the math, you're looking at $30 making sense, right? And to me, it does. He's not going to change his value that much. I don't think he's coming up anytime soon. And we're not going to get flooded with autograph cards, right? There's 144 graded. I mean, you're looking at a ton of them right now, 10. To me, the option wasn't there. That's why people got it graded. You thought the option wasn't coming back for a long time. Some of these base autos, it's time to play that scheduling game, right? You want it back in February next year. You want it back in January next year. You don't need to send it in for 50 anymore, right? Send it in for 30. I get 50 was your option. And not for nothing, you got a bunch of 10s there. You can make money and rebuy more raw ones, right? Rebuy more raw ones and submit those for 30. Rinse and repeat, do it over and over again. Foil Fractor, Kershaw 101, that's a cool card. That's a cool card, right? Again, rinse and repeat. Use the money multiple times. That's how we got started. That's how Zach and I both got started. Flip, 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 flip. Move the money. The money moving is what makes you money. Make that money work for you. Don't let it sit idle. Make it work for you. And not for nothing, our grading to consignment service lets you do that in spades, right? We built it to help you grow your business. Gives my guys money, I can grow my business, helps us make money, and it helps you guys make money because you're able to, instead of worrying about spending money on grading, you're able to just continue to invest in the cards that you want. And if you don't think they're going to grade, you could sell them yourself, have us sell them for you, and move on, right? If you're speculating for grading purposes. Cool Dragon Scale, numbered of 67. Brady Honeycomb. 5. So, this is a crazy one. A raw is more than a PSA 9. What that's telling me is I don't think I'm grading this card no matter what. Like, I'm looking at the pop report, first of all. More PSA 9s than 10s. Okay, it's a short print. Right, there's only 12 of them. But what that's telling me in the short term is that people don't care if that card is graded. Right? I don't think I care if that card's graded. Maybe some investor will care that short print is graded or other short prints are graded. Look, Clerk 6, I mean, this obviously will have peeling. Look, that thing, it's like ripped off up there. You can see that. Pretty obvious. So, what I'm saying about that is sometimes you need to go and you need to do the research. you need to do that research to look to see if people care if that card's graded. We say that a lot about thicker cards. Looks like that one's one of them. It could be wrong. A PSA 10 might go for $600. Who knows? Somebody might just want a PSA 10. Or they might say, hey, I'm going to be the one that gets the PSA 10 to sell it for this, so I don't care about the 9 at all. But to me, seeing those numbers makes that a card I'm going to avoid. I just don't see the demand for the market. If that makes sense. We have one more topic we're going to talk about, actually, even though there's only like 20 cards left. And it's actually one that I wanted to talk about. I'm a little upset that the card was so far in the back. In yesterday's video, you saw some Wanderers get sent in some Wander Rainbow Foils get sent in. And I'll just start talking about it now so I don't go over the end of the video. So you saw some Wander Rainbow Foils go in. That's $80 as a raw card, $100 as a PSA 9, and $300 as a PSA 10. And we're looking at 50-50 chance of getting a PSA 10, right? If you know what you're looking for, right? With base cards, there's already 1,600. So there's 1/10 of the Rainbow Foils getting sent in. And people are waiting to send them in for the $30. They're waiting till October to get those things back. That $20 isn't going to matter, guys. Because by the time you get yours back, PSA 9 is going to be down more than $20. PSA 10 is going to be down way more than $20. If you're going to send in a card like that, where there's probably, I'd guess by the time that those come back, that pop report's going to at least double, right? So it's time. That's the exact kind of card that if you think it's a 10, spend the extra money. Don't be penny rich and dollar poor. Spend the extra money and get it graded like this person did when it was available, and get it graded. Spend the extra money and get the 10. If you did it and you're investing in it or collecting it long term, you're going to have again, this is the kind of card that you're going to have a chance to buy back in. You're going to have a chance to get it again lower. I'm telling you guys, when you're the first one to market, when you're in the first bucket to get cards to market, take your money so you could turn it into more of a collection, more of an investment, more of a speculation if that's how you want to do it. So, Mayor Silver, a Mayor Refractor. And I'm fine with you sending this in for $50 because if you get a 10, it's huge, right? You got to beat people with cards like that. So that's the end of this one. Remember, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell to get alerts. Zach's going to take you the rest of the way this week, and I look forward to getting back from vacation and posting some videos the week after. All you guys have a good one. I'm out of here.